We saw what Monmouth did last week to Liberty, but to be in that same kind of game, tied late in the fourth quarter, were you surprised at all? What was your reaction to how this game progressed?
No, I think you got to give Monmouth and Kevin Callahan and their guys, a lot of credit for a really, really good game plan. They're coming off an incredible win for them. They've talked about it as the best win they've ever had, so they were certainly excited about that. They were up, they're ready to go. I want to think we were up, ready to go as well. I thought the offense got off to a tough start there in the first quarter. We didn't look sharp, but I thought played pretty well after that from a defensive perspective. I thought we made some good plays, but we're still having those breakdowns. We can't have those. Special teams, I thought, picked it up a little bit in the second half and was more effective. And certainly that was all clutch at the end of the game.
Granger's been so solid for you. How much confidence do you have in him when he lines up for that kick at the end of the game?
I know I have total confidence. I'm expecting him to make that kick, and he has been doing a good job, and he's been making his kicks consistently. He does that in practice. He's been doing it in the games. We know we can count on him.
What kind of a safety blanket or asset is that when you have a guy that has proven to be steady and in those spots you can trust him in the big moments?
You get a sense of security. You got a feeling of security that you're going to be able to go to. So if that's not the case, you've got to have much more of an emphasis of scoring the touchdown. We don't want to screw it up, but we didn't have to worry about that.
Their running back had a career day. What do you see out there that's just not working on the defense that's allowing those?
I got to look at film, Ryan, so I'm not sure yet. Okay.
Was that the most frustrating part for you of the day, though? Was the long gains they were getting, or?
Well, it wasn't just the running back. They had two or three gashes. The quarterback did a really good athlete, did a good job of getting himself out of trouble. And they came up with a couple good plays. So we got to look at the film.
It was tight, but you win. You're 7-0. What was your message to the team afterward, to the guys?
I recognized that these guys were going to be up. I recognized that this was going to be, they were certainly going to be ready to go. They're coming off tremendous momentum. We're playing at their place. It's their homecoming. So we knew they would be ready. Like I said, I think our offense could have been more effective early on. We got better, I think, later on. The defense had their breakdowns. The special teams were very effective, I think, in the second half. But, I was delighted. We won the game. We won the game in the clutch. Defense came up with some big plays second half, as did the offense, as did the special teams. So I feel good about the win.
You've had some big kicks to this point, but this is another huge one. In the regulation, game winner. Take me through your mindset entering that kick and then the feeling afterward when you see it go through.
Just staying focused, just concentrating on things I need to concentrate on, and just staying calm mostly. Staying calm and knowing that I can do it, basically.
To win the game, though, and to keep this team undefeated, what was that feeling in the moment as you pulled it off?
Probably the most thankful I've ever been. I've never had a game-winning opportunity. I mean, we practice it in practice all the time on Tuesdays, but it was probably the most ecstatic I've ever been in my life.
What were you thinking on that last drive, just waiting and expecting to get a chance?
Just staying calm, keep going through my steps, staying calm as possible. That's all you can really do in that point.
You had 3 today. You're off to a great start this season. I've asked you before, but how pleased are you with the way you're playing this year and what you've done?
I'm very pleased. This is all I ever wanted to do this season. I just keep hoping that I can stay consistent how I am and hope the rest of the season goes just as good.
With a kicker, I have to imagine that with every make, the confidence just builds and builds and builds. What was a day like today do for you and just your belief in yourself?
I think the best thing in kicking is believing you can make every kick, having the confidence to go out there and make a kick that you need to make every day. So I think that definitely is what makes a kicker good.
Let's start with the game. A lot closer than maybe a lot of folks expected. When it's tied 20-20 late in the fourth quarter, what are you guys thinking? Were you surprised by the way it played out?
We're not surprised. We know everybody in the conference is going to come out and give us their best game. We got to do a better job of executing. But the main focus was just to finish, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal. We just wanted to finish and come out with a win.
What was the confidence level starting that final drive that you guys could pull it off and get that last score?
It was high. Everybody was excited, jacked up a little bit, but under control enough to know what we had to do. So I'm excited that the guys came out and executed pretty good and came out a win.
Do you come out of this saying a win's a win, we're 7-0, that's all that counts, or do you look at maybe they contained you guys more than you expected, or there's some things to work on after this game?
We 1-0 each week. That's the goal. We don't look at the whole overall record. we got to do a better job of executing on offense. Defense, they've been doing a great job this whole season of keeping us in and winning games for us. But offensively, we got to do better.
And you're still confident, though, that breakout's coming at some point. It's around the corner.
It's coming. Don't know when, but it's coming. The guys are doing a great job, though. I can't complain. Speaking
of records, you finished it off. 21 straight games. In the moment, did anything hit you there? Just reaching that mark finally that we talked so much about.
Man, to God be the glory, man. To accomplish a milestone like that, it's one of the greatest feelings I've ever had. It's a personal thing, so I try not to worry about it too much. I want us overall to do good, but to reach that milestone, it means big. It's big, man. For me, my family, my hometown back in Somerville, those guys who got me to this point, man, it's big. It's big. So, I thank everybody who got me here, the O-line, the guys, the coaches, everybody.
It was a fourth down carry, too. What were you feeling? What kind of pressure in that moment to get it done right there and get in the end zone?
There's no pressure. Don't really. We know the down and distance, so regardless of what it is, we got to execute. Got to get a first down. If it's 4th and 18, we got to get a first down. So it don't really matter where it's at. We're just going to try to score and execute.
Did you get a chance to talk to David Sinisi?
I did. He's a good guy. We talked about setting the bar higher for the next person to break, and he just congratulated me. He said he didn't want us to win, and he didn't want me in the end zone, but. We laughed about it after. I think he was just kidding, hopefully. But, yeah, it was pretty good. He's a good dude.
We all saw what they did last week against Liberty, but to be in that same spot, to be tied late in the fourth quarter, what was your reaction the way the game progressed and where you were at that point?
Well, you can't think of anything. The game's not over until the clock runs out, and I think our team understands that. And we found a way to win. We found a way to stop them in the end. Our defense did a great job of putting up a stand. Our offense drove down the field and left it in our special teams' hands. We definitely got to improve. We got to get better. We're not where we want to be, but we do find a way to win in the end.
What kind of excitement do you get as a quarterback getting a chance for a game-winning drive in the final minutes?
Oh, I love it. It's what you play for. It's nice to go out there and blow out teams, but you kind of live for that moment where you get the ball last and you need to be able to drive down the field and win the game.
That big third down, 17-yard pickup to Israel. I assume that was the guy you were looking for in that play, and just take me through what you saw there.
Well, what I saw is they were giving us kind of the same look every single day. They were blitzing from the field, and they were leaving the backside one-on-one. They tried to drop linebackers under it, but they weren't doing a great job of really dropping under the comebacks. So I know I had John out there. I knew he was going to beat him one-on-one, and he did, and I put it to him.
And then Granger comes in. He's been so steady for you guys. What's the confidence level when he goes out there for a big kick now?
Oh, I had the utmost confidence in him, He's done a great job for us, and you can't. They do such a great job. All those guys on the special teams, they take such pride in that, and you got to have those guys on your team. Tyler Keene, he takes holding very seriously. Granger takes kicking very seriously, and those guys have a chance to win games, and that's what happened today.
Just lastly, what was their defense doing to contain you guys a little bit throughout the game?
They did the same thing they did against Liberty. They tried to blitz us off the edges. They did a good job of containing the edge and not letting us get the ball outside like we're used to. They made us run it up the middle. But credit to them. They did a good job. They had a good plan. But this team found a way to win then.
That big third down catch you had, it was 3rd and 11. You get a 17-yard pickup. How key did that feel in the moment? And just take me through that route.
It was a good in the moment play. We've been in that position before, being tied up. We've been in overtime games, so it's a situation that we're familiar with. The route before that, we came to me on a slant route, and we feel like some should have got called, but I felt like the next play, the route I knew it was designed to come to me. It was a comeback route. The guy was playing off, so I knew that Ross was going to come to me, and it's a route that we've been perfecting all week. We've been running it all season, so the connection was still there.
You had one drop on a third down earlier in the game, and they came back with some big catches after that. How much did you motivate yourself to just kind of make up for that and atone for that?
Right after the drop, I looked down on myself, and then I had Ross come help me, Tyrell, Bruce, Hop. Everybody else came around me, and they motivated me. They told me, let it go, don't think about it. So I did that, and I got in my own head, and I was like, I can't drop another. And then I just stopped thinking about dropping it, and then the whole game just started coming back to me.
To be in a 2020 tie that late in the game, how surprised were you by the way things had played out and to get to that point?
Well, we know coming into the game that Monmouth was going to come ready to play. They just beat Liberty last week, so we knew they were going to actually come to play hard, coming to play the number 1 team in the nation. That's their homecoming, so we knew they were going to try to knock us off. And so it was kind of a surprise because we didn't expect it to be. We didn't prepare to expect to be in a 2020 game coming down to the wire, but we were real prepared. We've been in situations like that before, so I feel like we handled it pretty good.